Hello, and welcome to Spirit Island Saturdays, where we play Spirit Island on Sunday. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch or Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, or pretty much any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, Spirit Island, and Sentinels of Earth Prime are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. And One Deck Galaxy and Horizons of Spirit Island are in active development. You can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. So, I am solo today. Seamus is out. He's not feeling well. So we're gonna play. Now I would hit quick play, except there is an issue that I can't hit quick play for today, but let's hit new game, and I'm gonna hit one board, but I'm going to change that in a second. Let's hit random adversary. Whoa, board F. Well, don't pay attention to that. That's don't pay attention to board F. That's the issue, is I can't play with those boards yet. You might notice that there are boards here that are new. I am not authorized to share those. They are not ready for public eye. But I'm gonna play with 4 spirits, and I'm gonna play with 4 Horizons spirits. I wanna do Powers Long Forgotten. The game gave me Brandenburg Prussia, so I guess I'll make it Brandenburg Prussia 2. I don't want to make it super high level, because with 4 spirits solo can get rather high on the overhead. But yeah, 4 spirits, and one of them is going to be Rising Heat of Stone and Sand, apparently. If there's anyone in chat, anyone who wants to make a vote on which of the other 3 spirits. We have Devouring Teeth lurk underfoot. We have Eyes watch from the trees. We have Fathomless Mud of the Swamp. And we have Sunbright Whirlwind. I know we've done a lot with Rising Heat and with Sunbright Whirlwind. Have we done Fathomless Mud? Yeah, we have. I remember Explorer builds being a thing. I remember Eyes Watch for sure. Devouring Teeth. Oh no, Devouring Teeth was the one we did a lot, but didn't really do. Oh, we did do Rising Heat. We did these 2 a lot, I know. But is there anyone in chat that wants to make a vote? I will take the first 3 votes if anyone says anything. Otherwise, I'll just pick randomly. Going once. Horse Riders wants to see Eyes. All right. 2 spirits to go. We have Teeth, Mud, and Whirlwind. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. This is basically how my classes go. I ask a question and no one answers. I've been doing a lot of online classes the past half year. And yeah. I feel like my students don't interact as well with online classes as they do with in-person class. I was gonna say I shouldn't do Sunbright because we've done a lot of Sunbright, but it is Sunday, so I guess we're contractually obligated to do that. So +1 damage or explorers instead of buildings. I'm gonna go ahead and open up random.org because I'm not very good at making decisions. I always just go with what the island gives me, and the island has given me, or rather random, has given me Fathomless Mud. Alright. So Eyes Watch, Sunbright Whirlwind, Fathomless Mud of the Swamp, and Rising Heat of Stone and Sand. Brandenburg Prussia 2, Powers Long Forgotten. All the boards I'm allowed to use. Let's go. And they're exploring sands. So that's a search. I didn't actually read the rules of the scenario as I usually do, but if there are two explorers, or not two explorers, two invaders in a land, they do a search. So yeah, there's a lot of rules to this scenario. Whenever a land has 3 Dahan or more, the players search it. Whenever a land has 2 invaders or more, search it. When a land is searched, reveal the mysterious location. First off, setup, by the way. 4 mysterious locations are added to each board and lands without Dahan. Out of all the locations, a total of 1 per board plus 1 contain a source of power. The remaining locations contain nothing. So 4 boards means that there are 5 mysterious locations. 5 sources of power. And 16 locations. So when a land is searched, we reveal the mysterious location. If it does not have a power source, discard it. Otherwise, something has been found. The reverse side tells us what it does. And when I find a source of power, I may choose to hold off on using its ability. At the end of the game, I score plus 2 points for each one I find but never use. But the points are made up and don't matter, so the invader benefits are on the left, the spirit benefits are on the right, and 5 of these are in the game. And we don't know which ones, and we don't know where they are. But we do know that there are some potential spots that we have to consider strongly. Those are the ones that if they build, they will do a search. The invaders will do a search. And then there are a few more that if they do an explore, then things will happen. So yeah, we have 3 builds and 3 potential explorers, 2 mountains and 1 jungle. Or sorry, also a wetland over here. So currently, since they've already done sands, currently the explorer is guaranteed to do a search on the invader side. So let's see. So Eyes Watch providing defense gathers Dahan, so that helps. Whisper Guidance gathers up to 3 Dahan, which is really good. Sunbright Whirlwind presences push Dahan or explorers from the land. And we can push up to 5 Dahan with this thing to as many different lands as possible. Fathomless Mud gathers 2 Dahan. And Rising Heats gathers Dahan. So we do have some Dahan movements innately, which is great. And one of them does gather 3, which is really good. So yeah, obviously Sunbright can immediately stop a build with a presence. I keep clicking to dismiss and it just zooms in. But this is Sunbright over here, so we can stop the build in B5 by adding a presence. We can also stop. This doesn't push towns, right? No. Actually, the other things that are explorers that would explore or whatever, yeah, they're all buildings. Of course, that makes sense because this is the start of the game. So that best we can stop a build, either in B5 or D4. So D4 would be if we were to take the extra range presence, otherwise we take extra energy. Extra energy is probably a good idea because of our expensive innate cards, and we probably want to get the 2 card plays. We can also push Dahan with our presence, but it's only 1 Dahan, and because of how the board is set up, or rather where the mysterious locations are, none of those have Dahan right now, so pushing 1 isn't good enough. Let's see. Maybe I shouldn't have picked 4 Risen Spirits because I'm not as familiar with all of them. This game's gonna take 5 hours, 2.5 of which is I look at cards. So the energy to deal damage, skip a Ravage build, gather Dahan, gather presence, and possibly damage. D7 is building. It's not really a risk for the locations, but like this doesn't actually damage the city, does it? So the only damage I could deal would be with stinging sandstorm, which is enough to kill the town, but not kill the city. You have defense? No. Well, you do have defense over here. Not sure how important that ravage is. It has Dahan, but my sacred sites create explorers instead of buildings. I can very easily create a sacred site at range 1. This moves presences. Pushes Dahan. I don't know. Every time I open this up, it sounds like I'm sorry. Sound effects are great. Jeez. I'm like, yeah, I should have probably done Portal Spirits. I don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. You don't need defense, obviously, for this round. Range 0, 1 damage. What can I do with that? Sacred sites. Things. I feel like I should focus on one spirit and solve one board. So, the sacred site can be at A4. And that would deal the damage to stop the build there. So that's something. So 2 presences. I guess I take the air. Do I need energy? I mean, this doesn't give me 2 extra energy unless I don't do 2 card plays. Let's start with this and see what happens. Always rewind. I want to deal the damage, so I don't need defend. Gathering Dahan is good, and I can gather here. So that will give us that mysterious source of power. Energy next turn is a problem, but we do get +1 with this growth and a power card. So we could choose to do 3 card plays, I guess, but that would probably not be a good idea. But I do get energy on the reclaim as well, so maybe that's fine. Would like to do 2 card plays, probably. Is there any benefit to your sacred sites? Tempest of Leaves and Branches deals damage to a bunch of separate invaders. Without the -1 health, though, it's not really that great, but like, we had this comboed with Tempest, then we would deal enough damage to kill a town in one of our lands. Which would kill the town in B6 and stop that. But this is a sacred site. I would have to create the sacred site in B5, but if I do that, then I don't have the presence in B6. Unless somehow Rising Heat can get into B6, but not with this growth. Because you would have that town would have -1 health and would die to 1 damage. We are not so lucky. So I'm gonna checkmark this because that build is not happening now. I'd like to stop as many eyes and exclamation points as possible. Is what I'm trying to do. do a sacred site in C7, and that town would have 1 health, but the only damage I would do to it would be with Stinging Sandstorm. And that doesn't stop the D4 build. I guess this is range 2. That's rather far. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do this one. Push this explorer. Not here, not here. So keep it coastal, I guess. So that build is stopped. I have 1,000,000 energy now. What I'm gonna do with that 1,000,000 energy, I don't know. Scatter winds will probably help with something, I'm sure. And another sun air, which is all of these. +1 range with all their powers. I didn't even notice this. So that means I don't necessarily need to do this to do that. That's very specific. I didn't need to put the presence at A4 to hit it with a mysterious abductions. But it doesn't help with this because it still has to be one of your lands. Plus range doesn't help. So I don't know. What would plus range do here? Land with invaders. This is interesting because with +1 range, you're still moving the presence. You're not gathering the presence, you're moving the presence. So you actually would get a presence that's moving 2 spots away, and that's kind of hilarious. But at most, you're gonna do 1 fear, 1 damage, push 1 Dahan. Which, I mean, that stops a build, which is valid. In the slow phase, I mean, obviously, it depends on where they explore. With plus range, we haven't done this yet. Give power cards, I guess, to people, actually. Power card singular. It is a water and an earth. You'd have to play a moon card to activate this, so it's one of these two. We don't need to defend, so I guess we do the gather. And this can combo with this to get 3 Dahan in a land, so that's actually okay then. But then I'm gonna do this. Hands build. We could make it so they don't build a town in C6. We're not playing this power, but it does mean that there's less than C6. Less buildings, less problems, right? Now, I can't pay 2 energy to gain a power card because I spent all my energy. But this is a free power, and it gives me elements. Did I want the +1 range for this? Or this? Maybe. Let's say yes. The other are sun air. I guess all these are sun air. Fast, gathering, or pushing? I guess is another possibility. Yeah. Okay, so now we're here. inclined to go for 2-card plays. I'm not going to have much energy unless I play Gift of Searing Heat plus something else. I guess I could do Gift of Searing Heat on Mud, and then Mud will have 2 energy to gain a power card, so I can kind of comp with those. Otherwise, we're doing 1 damage in a land. I guess, actually, I could do the damage in C6 and stop the build there, is a thought. I'd say I could combo with Mud to deal damage, but this costs an energy, and we don't have that energy. The damage there isn't going to do anything, so the damage, yeah, that's not going to help. And then here, we already have a plan for A4, so that doesn't do anything. We haven't solved D4 yet. We can skip the build, though, which is valid. Normally, you wouldn't really care for the build, but it is a mysterious location. So I'm inclined to put the sacred site here. Technically, I don't need it to be a sacred site yet, because I can make it a sacred site after I gather the presence from, like, here. But do I want that sacred site to exist next turn? I probably don't want my presence in there at all, but I can only do it once. I can only move 1 presence out. I guess we can use this defend to help. Paying an energy to defend 8 is reasonable, I suppose. This is a cool power because you could use it to gather 2 Dahan and then push those 2 Dahan. Or even more Dahan. You can hit a land with 10 Dahan and push 10 Dahan. That's actually genius, isn't it? And it's actually really valuable for the scenario, actually. Yeah, it's stronger than Gather 2, Push 2, because it's Gather 2, Push N plus 2, where N is the current number of Dahan. And this, therefore, chains. Like, we were going to do some sort of... Yeah, like, if I gather 3 here, which there are 3, I could then... Well... I mean, I guess I could also gather 2 somewhere else, and then use this to gather the 3rd one. Does the search there, and then I can push the Dahan and scoop the location here or there. And I already have the range for that, so I absolutely want to play this turn. The only problem is that it doesn't give me an air. So I don't hit this innate. Which isn't super, like... vital, because this only damages explorers at the 1st level, and I'm not hitting the 2nd level. I guess that decides that I'm playing these 2 cards. The secondary problem, though, is I have to have 3 energy, so I have to do this growth, so I'm not getting another sacred site. I do this to stop the build in D4. I do this to scoop up 2 locations, comboed with other effects. So I do this one to get the energy for that to work. And this has fire, air, earth. This is the only other fire card. Fire is the most important. Makes sense, rising heat. Air is not super, like, important, but the earth is. So, like, I could take this, but only gives me the fire and none of the other elements. This gives me no fire. Only gives me an earth, but I need fire the most. So, steam vents? Hills and Explorer at range 0. I mean, we're not playing it this turn, though, right? Like, we're playing those 2. So I take this for elements, and we'll worry about what it will do later. So... and this presence is range 1, but can go anywhere, so... Unlike my middle growth that is only mountain sand, this might as well go in a jungle or a wetland, just because those are harder for me to get into. I don't know where it's super vital. Let's put it D6, because that's my board for now. So it gathers Dahan, skips the rep build. Alright, so this is a check mark. And we're going to scoop up locations around here, it looks like. I think it's better to chain it this way, because then we have these to scoop up later as well. Or even to go this way. The scoops... Actually, this is... Oh my god, this is a big path of searches we can do. I guess we could try to do the thing here instead. You do have range there, but... What was our thing we're going to do? We're going to gather 3, so this scoops up this. And then we wanted to gather 2. But we don't have range here, but we will because we're going to have the +1 range from this. Yeah. Okay, that seems reasonable. So this. And this also gathers a Dahan. Which means I could actually... Oh, but I'm gonna gather the 3 there anyway. It's not gonna make a difference. I guess I could have 4 Dahan. I probably want to leave this one. I mean, they could explore jungles and then A8 is already scooped up. So I don't want to like just gather 1 and then find out that that's not helpful. Can I hit here? No. There's no event on turn 1, so I don't need to worry about singletons this round. We're gonna do a lot of scooping. I guess I can get the Dahan out of A2 to protect that one from the event. Can't really get too much farther away. There's no like 2 sets of singletons I can preserve. Oh, there is. I can save these 2. But this one's currently not next to a city. But it is building, possibly ravaging. I mean, I don't actually have an immediate protection. I guess I do. I have this. Yeah, so let's do that then. Alright. That was only 30 minutes through the first turn. Actually, defense here is really good, isn't it? -1 health, so it's 2, 3, 4 health of invaders with 2 Dahan. That's enough. So defend 8 next turn is good. They're exploring mountains, so they're scooping up that one, which is nothing. Scooping up this one, which is something. Whenever a building is added to a jungle or wetland without buildings, also add a blight. The fist-sized ember glowing steadily. So what we could have had was spirits do not need to forget when gaining a major power, but instead we have to be careful about jungle and wetland builds. Thankfully, we have mud. Sacred sites don't add buildings on mud's sacred sites. All right, 4 power sources left. They are building A1. Can I like scoop these up? So the plan was to do the gather 3 into A8. And then Gather 2. There's no invaders there, but gather 2 and then gather more into there. Scoops that up. Push those into there. That scoops that up. Do you have range there? No. Oh, but this one's not as helpful because it has to push to as many different lands as possible, which means that the Dahan would be scattered. Am I defending A7? I don't have to if I take both out. But then this, I do have this anyway. And I don't really have a good place for it otherwise. So I'll leave 1 there. Got nothing. Unfortunately, there's no invaders in here. I guess we could get an invader in there. Scatter there, and then I don't have to defend A7. Puts an explorer into A5. And then this generates a fear and a damage, which kills the explorer. Otherwise, I do it to stop something happening in the mountains. The only mountains that's at risk is A1, but we're gonna scoop that up. I've decided that scooping is the terminology for I guess this is ice. Scooping is the terminology for searching now. They both start with S, so it works. I don't have range to there, do I? No. But I could just push this down to a different land. Actually, that's fine. So the explorer goes there because it will die to a thing, and then I guess group these into 3s because we can do things with 3s, and then put this in a land with stone and sand. Now I do this. Generates the fear, deals the damage, and then I gather this Dahan, which is nothing. And then I push those guys here, which is nothing. Wow! 3 searches and they were all busts. That stinks. Energy for power card. Move a presence and damage and push Dahan. And this is on this board, right? So actually, this is range 2. I think we were going to do that some more over here, and then I decided not to do that. I can do it here, and that stops that build. Not gonna get the Dahan push, but that's okay. It's the only other mysterious thing, and we're not so good on stone and sand. I guess steam guns kills an explorer. We could also kill the explorer in D5 or something. Definitely grow into sands or mountains very easily, so that's not a concern. So I guess the question is, who wants a power card? Slash an energy? Or sorry, not an energy. They have to pay an energy to get a power card. So that is answered by the fact that only Sunbright Whirlwind has that ability. Let's make it a minor. You don't have much energy. Go to like sun, air, and that's it. None of these have sun. We do have 2 airs. We do like air a little more than sun. As I say, it's a little weird for Sunbright Whirlwind, but you are sunny and you are whirlwind, so I guess that makes sense. Defend 4, Or push invaders, or 2 fear, 2 in extra fear. Also optionally, like these things for different benefits. There a reason for defense 6 coming up? Not really. I guess actually B3 with defense 6 is okay. I mean, there's 2 Dahan in there, obviously, but that would kill a city. It doesn't give me any elements, but it does kill a city. I could do confounding mists in there, but it's not enough. But if I then combo that with Tempest of Leaves, that would be enough. Maybe I take this one. Hey, there's a notification for that. I think that was added. So, stop build here. Take from this one. That makes sense. Wow. Oh, so you're pushing an Explorer? Mountains builds. This is all I can see. It doesn't push it down. At least not yet. So I guess stop the build. Do be careful of not pushing into a thing where they'll search or be at risk of searching. So, are you there? Because eyes can defend very easily. Alright, we're here. We made it. 3 card plays. If I gain a free power, then I can definitely do that. Defend is happening where? Here? I guess that was the main line. We're defending here with something. Oh, with this. It does require an extra energy to do enough defend, so let's be mindful of that. If I play Gift of Searing Heat and one of these, then I don't have to gain extra energy, and I can do these 2 presences from over here to get to +2 energy and have enough for this. Alternatively, it only needs to be defend 4 if I kill the Explorer, just like here. If I get rid of that Explorer, it's only defend 4. I can play Steam Vents to kill the Explorer. And I don't have to take this plus energy, but what else would I do with it? Means I could play these 2 powers, I guess. +2 energy or pain energy to deal 1 damage. So we basically used up all of our gathering of Dahan, didn't we? So this round's less exciting. Looks like it. We can push Dahan with Art Growth, but that's it. You can stop the build in D5 by putting a presence there. Range 4 presence. That is crazy. No other mountains that's at risk, right? And the only other things that are at risk of being scooped up are these. Technically that, but not this round. And that. They're all towns, and I can't deal with those too well. I guess if I do Stinging Sandstorm fast, I can get the Sacred Site in here with that, and then kill the town. And that is no longer at risk. It also won't be adjacent to any buildings after the Ravage if this doesn't blow up. Or if the buildings blow up, but not the Dahan. That's what I meant. I guess this pushes Dahan. I don't want to get to 3 card plays. Also, kind of want to gain a power card. Also, since my reclaim doesn't give me a power card, it's actually weird, isn't it? Isn't there another spirit that also kind of fell into that? I guess. What's the spirit we didn't choose? Was that the spirit that was kind of like Vital Strength but different? This one doesn't gain a power card on reclaim, so if I want to gain a power card, I kind of have to intentionally do it when I'm not doing Sacred Site, I guess. So I hit this option and see what I get. I get lots of energy by doing that. I want... Trying to see what I have innately. Don't need that much plant. I already have the innate plant. This is just I need one more plant, and that's not hard. So mainly water, a little bit of earth early on, moon later on. So these are the waters. This one has earth. I may gather a Dahan. I like that it says gather a Dahan. It is, however, in a land with Dahans. And I have to be mindful that at Terra level 2 or lower, gathers a town and the Ravage becomes a build, which is not good if we're trying to scoop up locations. And that gather is forced. Like, even if I got a Dahan in here from some other effect, and then I do Call to Trade here, that would gather a Dahan, but would also gather a town, and that Ravage would turn into a build, so they would build a city, and that would make 2 buildings, and they would search that, and that'd be terrible. On the other hand... No, this is the wrong one. I was gonna say if this was ice, the defend is actually cool for you, but it's not, because it doesn't gather. Okay. What about Disorienting Landscape? Doesn't give me any waters. But this pushes an Explorer and puts a Wilds in a Mountains or Jungle, which doesn't have to push the Explorer, but I can add a Wilds to C4, and that's not at risk of being explored. I could also do it in D6, and that's not at risk of being explored, period. Yeah, you have range there. Not over here just yet. Do it here, and that puts a Wilds in the land with light, and I don't have to put a sun presence there. On the other hand, it's kind of hard not to go wrong with elusive ambushes. It doesn't have earth, but it does give a water. Water is the most important. On the other hand, Wilds is good. I don't know. Let's table that for a sec. Think about other spirits. I'm sorry, I love these sounds. Tempted to click this one. This is Sacred Site, defend thing, so like we have that for this round. This is defended otherwise, that's defended otherwise. So I don't really need defend other than like C2, but no one cares about C2. I'm tempted to click this and see what I get, so I will. I would like Moon and plant. Hey, moon and plants. Destroys Dahan now. Also range 0. But I have range 3 presence right now, so I can go anywhere with that. And that helps. Moon plant. You don't have the moon yet. You would also like a little air later on, at least. But this is definitely the best for elements in the short term. This would be okay. Moon's a little less vital later on. It's only 2 moons. We get an innate moon way later, but that's way down the road. And that's also up the energy track, which sometimes I don't want to gain off the energy track. So it's probably going to be this, considering it's a range 3 presence. Also adds a wilds. Also defends 2, but that's... it does gather, actually, because... yeah, but we don't want it to destroy a Dahan innately. So, like, I could put my presence in D4. Kills the Explorer, gathers a Dahan. Also adds a wilds. So this is not at risk of being scooped up for a long time. Yeah, I do like that a lot. Anyone else that wants to gain a power this turn? You probably really want energy. Maybe? If I go to 3 card plays, I can play my hand. I can just keep taking energy off this. Like, really good energy up here. This goes up to +6, which is nice. But this is also +4 right here. Doesn't give me too many power cards, though. And I kind of find this innate to be rather weak. But maybe I'm just playing this wrong. If I play my hand, I definitely get to sorry, innate level 2. Not Terra level 2. So I can push up to 2 building or 2 towns with this. Can do that fast if I wanted to. For instance, I could do that in C7 to stop a city. I won't have the range for that because I'm way over here, and if I do this, then I only have range 1 presence. I guess my thought was I was gonna grow into D5 to stop that build, but I don't have to because we did have another option for doing it with disorienting landscape. So I guess then I will gain the energy here and play my hand. So what about Stone and Sand? I do this, I play 3 cards. I don't have the energy for 3 cards though. Do this to get to 2 energy. I think was what I was planning on doing anyway. I don't need to do a Sacred Site in D5 because we're going to stop that build another way, so doing it in C7. Am I gonna get to this? I think I am, right? Three fire. Or I'm not playing 3 cards. Never mind. I can't do that. So I'm not actually getting to this innate, so not doing 2 damage. So like trying to stop the C7 Ravage with my Sacred Site and stuff is not going to be super helpful, but I do have a defend 5 over there that we're not playing this round, I think. We could defend 5 and C7 next turn. Right? I think. Have I decided what your other play is? I don't think I have. Okay, let's click this and see what the rest of this looks like. So for that to be a wilds, we need a Sacred Site there. that works. And I'm not hitting this innate at all, other than moving a presence. And the defend wasn't doing anything. I could defend here, I guess, instead of doing this defend, but I think it's okay to do it with that. So do this next turn, gain a power card. Yeah, that might work fine. Okay. Here is over here. And the plan was for this. I can't play my hand, right? I think the plan was to gain a free card and then play my hand, but that's not happening, so do that instead. And I have to play these. I'm not playing this one. That's okay. Gives me defend 2, which I wanted for this, so that's good. Over here, haven't decided. Over here, haven't decided. But currently those are solved. And if I play my hand here, then I can do this to push the town out of one of these, which is fine. So just gain more energies and play my hand. Range 1 presence pushes an explorer. Not really much to do with that, huh? Pushes a Dahan as well. Not as well, but could. So I could do this to get a Dahan out of there. Away from a city, I think, is fine. Go somewhere. Don't really care. Okay. At this rate, I will finish the game in 5 hours because I'm spending 30 minutes per turn. So, but that is what this game is planning for a while. Are we doing a damage in one of our lands? No. We're doing this and doing it fast to kill this. I guess I do need to have a neighboring sacred site to keep the sacred site here for the -1 health there. So wherever I do put the sacred site needs to be a range 1 from this. Which there are a couple of options that are mountains or sands. We're gonna have a wild here. I forget what we're doing here, but we're also getting wilds there, I think. Wilds. Wilds, yeah, lots of wilds. So those lands aren't doing anything for a while. I guess I go there. Okay. Kill the town. Fire air is both of those. Yeah, I don't really see where dealing the damage would do anything, but I could just gain energy. Hoard energy. Since you are energy starved, I guess it goes on your direction. Here. Okay. You do a thing fast. You do this fast. It worked! 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I can kill this explorer very easily. Gathering at Dahan is not actually helpful. Energy. None to defend. Net gather is not helpful and runs the risk of a conversion. Okay. On each board, choose a sacred site, gather an explorer, and add an explorer. Uh-oh. On each board, add disease to the jungle wetland with the most buildings. On each board, remove a blight from a land with at least 2 Dahan. So that's a bad choice, because that will do a search. You can click any board. Okay, cool. Like A8 is fine. That does a search. That doesn't do a search. On this board, that does a search. It has to go there. 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's fine. On this board, that's the only option, and that will blight. Okay. Also gathers and explores. Also, this bug has been fixed. Because I said before that this didn't let me choose an order. And now it does. Yay! Okay, so let's go back for a second and think. Because this could maybe stop a build? No. Well, I guess like these. Those mountains over there, but I don't want to do this because that will do a search because it's adding an explorer. Yeah, I don't think... Is there an order? Because that's going to do a gather anyway, right? But there's like a lot of explorers for each sacred site, so I guess not. I guess that means 3, 5, 6, 7. No, right, I did the math with that. Okay. Oh, but by gathering that, aha, order did matter, because now this isn't blighting, because there's only 1 extra explorer. Okay. Because it only gathered... there was no one to gather. If I clicked this first, it would have gathered this guy. Okay, cool. Disease the jungle wetland with the most buildings. Kind of inclined for that one. Sure. Here, no choice. Here is a choice. I guess this one is not currently diseased. This one, there was no choices. Blight removed. Okay, so killing that town fast was really smart because we stopped that search. And they're also not building there. It stops that build too, which is cool. Alright. Still risks here. Stage 3 next, so it's kind of impossible to prevent a lot of those. It is open season as to what they are. That's an I guess technically that's exclamation point, because exclamation points just mean if they do an explorer, it's bad. Eyes mean, probably should be the opposite way, but I always use eyes to mean that it's building. exclamation point usually means this is ravaging, but there's only so many icons. Okay, so the powers we have: push an explorer, and then push up the 2 explorer/towns. Push up the 2 explorers. Move a presence. 2 damage to explorers only. Not really super exciting stuff. Mountains Ravage. A1 is probably easily defended as long as... All I really need is a plant from a power to be able to do that. I could reclaim to guarantee that, but I would like to not reclaim. You do have a defend 5. Putting that there seems nice. Not super vital, but there's not really that many mountains. B2's the worst. But if I get rid of all those explorers, and they don't have to go to the same location, or sorry, they don't have to go to different locations, unlike Scatter to the Winds. So these all can go like into B3 or something. B4 is still an issue, and you're not putting a presence down, but you do reclaim, and you have like options for dealing with stuff. I guess this is actually an I that's building. But very easily pushed out of the way. So this is actually going to be vital for possibly creating a sacred site, which is only really beneficial, I guess, for this, but also for the special rule. If I put a sacred site in A3, they don't build a city. Build actions, add explorers instead of cities, so that sacred site seems pretty vital. I think I'm gonna stop this one and just go in that land. That seems like terrible landing. Now I have, whoops, I put it in the wrong spot. So I put a sacred site there. Manage to explorers only. This is range 1 too. Just trying to see like if there's any things that could be affected by this. I'm doing this here, right? So yeah, that's not gonna benefit this spirit at all. I guess I do have to be careful of the jungle builds, because with the fist-sized ember glowing steadily, if we add a building to a jungle or wetland without buildings, also add a blight. So currently C1 is blighting, and B4 is blighting, but we can stop that. And B8 is blighting, so this explorer is probably vital to get rid of. But there's no like mysterious locations that just have one explorer within range 1 of your sacred sites, so I'll just do that, stop that build. Okay, Mountains Ravage. These 2, plus this one, plus that one. Possibly defended though. Okay. I'd like to avoid reclaims as much as possible. At least that's John's MO. But the issue with reclaim is you don't add a presence, and it would be nice to grow. The problem is we're not guaranteed to find a plant card. If I don't find a plant card, I can't defend A1 very easily. If it doesn't defend, though, mean, we do lose a Dahan, but everything dies still. What I do know is that this presence is happening, and this is certainly a minor. You could afford a major, but I'm gonna just do one more minor and then decide on majors later. I'm kind of very minor-minded right now. So, no moons. Well, I guess a moon, but 9, it doesn't have water. 2 moons, rather. So, okay, so this is not gonna give me innates, but push up to 3 Dahan. Okay, I like that a lot. Set up for 3 plays next turn. Yeah, I don't really want to do majors too much on mud because you only have one growth option that gives you powers. So if I'm going up if I'm going up the card plays track, I want minors, so I can play a bunch of minors. But I could start just gaining energy at this point. I probably want the moon, and then I can go up to the water. Innate moon helps. So that was easy. You have steam vents. You also have an innate earth, and this gives you an earth. So if you gain a card that has earth on it, you can destroy a town fast, which is cool. So if you can grow into B6 and get an earth card, that helps. Unfortunately, you cannot. Because your Sacred Site 1 is only mountains or sands, and the other one is range 1. Could plop you into A8, but that doesn't help. Also, you do need to gain a power card. Unless he wants to reclaim. Which I would like not to. I'm gonna click this. None of these have earths, so we're not actually destroying a town. We have at least 2 sacred sites. You do. Range 0 invaders, mountain jungle stuff. Or defend 2 and gather up to 2 explorers if it's empty. Obviously bad for D6 though. Not currently in a mountain. And the mountains don't generally have Dahan, so that's not helpful. We're doing really good on energy. Probably should have gained majors. The other thing is we don't really have errors. We have no, like, innates, unless I take entrancing apparitions. Actually, I don't even get that with that. So I have no innates, period. Okay, so in that case... Can't get to B4. This is the range 1. Not super helpful as it turns out. I'm just gonna click this one with the assumption that it's forget fodder. feel like I just want to work up to the fire at this point. Where do I want to grow? Was I defending this and then I'm not actually close enough to it? Whoops. I can get plus range off here though. You're reclaiming. You do have lots of energy. I'm just gonna click minor one more time and then I'll start thinking about majors next turn. Sky stretches. That is sun air. And it gives the range for this. I like it. So defend into B2. Two sun airs to do this if I want. I do want plus range in some way. Your Dahan pushing isn't super helpful. We want to probably save this for, I don't know, something. You have to get rid of B4 somehow, so what would be the best way to do that? Do a bunch of damage. It's a bit of a waste. Probably just push it out? Well, I have to make it fast, so I'd have to do one of those. Might as well just do this and do this fast. In which case I don't want the town push. I'm gonna gamble this one. Well, bam, I need plant. I got a plant. It just needs to be any plant, and this is the only plant. I need out of view. Second state range. This is range 3. What was the plan for C1? I honestly don't know. I don't remember. Too much happening. Might just be blighting. Steam vents? No. Could be steam vents with plus range. Does stop a blight. I don't know, I'm spending too much time in analysis paralysis. I can't give out enough plus ranges because I do need to do my thing. So let's do this. I need mine to be fast. To do this. To get this guy out of there. Defend this. Plus range to you to defend that. Defend that. Gather that guy, sure. Plus energy to you. Steam vents you. Okay. On each board, add a town to a land with Explore Town. On each board, add a disease to the sands or mountains with the most buildings. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among all its lands gains +1 energy. Okay. Disease to sands or mountains with the most buildings. Not defended enough. Not a build action. I'm gonna do it there anyway. We'll figure out later. Don't do it there. Don't do it there. Don't do it there. Sands or mountains? That's forced. Each player adds strife in a land with or adjacent to beasts. Alright. We can stop that blight from happening. Only blight? Stop this from happening next turn? I'd like to get more Dahan in there. Not really gonna happen. Strife with city, if nothing else. I don't really care about that blight. Mountains and wetlands. They're gonna get a search. 2 searches. Powers do not gather push invaders unless the spirit spends an extra energy. This is why we have all our energy. We had a really good turn 1 with searching, and then we just kind of stopped because we didn't reclaim, which is probably an argument for reclaiming, actually. But we're gonna reclaim a bunch of these guys, and then we'll set up a mega turn next turn. Probably should have reclaimed, honestly. Stigma against reclaim got to me. I just have it in John's head, never reclaim. I have it in my head from John, never reclaim. We could have had +1 range on all of our powers, and that would have been great. But we didn't. Oh well. So we do at least have push 3 Dahan. That is something. Lots of light. Do I just push the Dahan to search this and try to scoop up things like we were trying to do a million years ago? Being animus. Alright. I feel like we should be able to get A3 defended. We are on 3 card plays. Playing 3 plant cards and 2 moon cards gives us a defend 4. So it's not enough right now. We also have Razor Sharp Undergrowth, which destroys one of the Dahan in there, which is not ideal. Can throw this on myself, can just destroy an Explorer. In any case, I don't want to push more guys in there, is the point. So... I also can't do Voracious Growth into A1 anyway. I guess there's also this problem here. I guess my defense is a bit thin. I don't have the range. Somebody doesn't have the range to A8, otherwise that'd be a pretty good Tempest target. These wetlands. These are diseased at least. This is risk. And that's the only risk right now? Oh, sorry, this risk too. Currently have +1 range. So let's see, let's just do that to stop that build. I don't have range there either. Oof. Get rid of this guy. Oh, but I have to pay to push. Right. Right. Dying a Ravage, please. You also have Defend. Just gonna take out this guy and worry about the Explorers next turn. Alright. Bunch of reclaims. So let's just do it. So you have to pay energy to gather a push. I'm gonna not gain a major. None of those have plant. A lot of them have moon. Some of them have air. None of them have moon and air. That's rude. You don't gain a power when you reclaim. You do gain a power when you reclaim. You can gain a major, probably. You're at freaking 10 energy. Gain a major already. Talons of Lightning? Yes. Yes, please. Doesn't have moon, or sorry, doesn't have earth. Only fire card, though. Any terrible cards? Steam Vents? Probably Gift of Living Energy, honestly. Does Talons do anything? We don't have moon, or air fire innately. So it just deals 5 damage in a mountain or a wetland. Which, I mean, you know. You know. There are places for it. I'd like to combo it with a Sacred Site, though. Maybe I do it next turn in, like, C7. Wetlands aren't really that bad. These are diseased. This one, like, they are gonna add blight when they build. Here and there. So I do have to be mindful of those. Though I don't know necessarily how I want to do it. Could spend an energy to destroy an Explorer, I guess. You reclaim. Get the moon. I guess Sacred Site also works for that there. Sure. I don't have to actually do the damage now. 2, 4, 6. So that defend is enough for that. Probably want to try to do as much gathering, right? Like do the thing that we tried to do with this a million turns ago. One more water card, and I can push 2 Dahan, which isn't super like helpful. I can call it 10. Yeah, let's just do as much as we can with that this round. These cards aren't as helpful. Forget fodder, I suppose. All of them cost 1 energy, so they're not really helpful to play for elements. I mean, not that they're good for elements anyway. I guess I take a moon. Moon's the one that's a little more important. This costs an extra energy to push a thing, and that's annoying. I take this one because it sometimes combos with what's-his-face. Though I'm not in a spot with what's-his-face. Can't justify a major for you with my powers. Might need energy to push things. I mean, all my things push, don't they? Actually, that does damage, but this pushes and this pushes. So I guess I just gain energy then. Hit the air, because it's there. Presence at range 1 again. Now we could do scatter fast. Or this fast. One or the other. I want to prevent the B1 build if possible. So, Presence would just do it, but also stop the mountains build. I can now, for each invader pushed by this power, 1 damage in the land it was pushed to. That does combo with things. I can push 3 things and deal 3 damage. I push these 3 guys in there, kill the city, but that's not the issue. I have to somehow stop B1. Somehow stop B1. I mean, there's a way to do it. But I need to use that for defend this turn. If I get defend 4, it's enough for 8, so I'd like to not have to do that. So I have to play 3 plant cards and 2 moon cards. All my cards have plant except for this one, and I'm not gonna play it, so just 2 moon cards really. Let's do the scoop. If I give Sky Stretches to eyes, we can do it here. Kill the Explorer that way, and also add the wilds. Doesn't have to be turned slow. +3 range for coastal lands, affects all powers. So we could gather 3 fast. Range 1 from jungle though. Not really in many jungles right now. We're just there. In here. Actually, that's fine. Is it? That scoops up that, at least. Range 0, 1 damage. Not super helpful. Any plant card. I guess I could just play this one because it's the only one that doesn't have moon on it, and it saves the moons for later turns. I could also do this one, also doesn't have moon. Defend 4. I guess C1 was a problem and I haven't solved that yet. So I guess I would like to probably just then do this on myself then for this land, which seems like a waste. One card left over here. I feel like I'm not really playing that effectively. I'd like to not play an Earth card, I guess, to maybe have a hope of doing 2 damage with that sometime. But then I'm playing like this next turn, and that's not helpful, so I guess give up on that dream. Gather and deal damage. I create a sacred site somewhere. I can over here, but that's not building. So not really. Damage in one of your legs. Jeez. Game's not going anywhere, is it? This is what happens when I play 4 spirits I'm not familiar with. Game's taking twice as long because I'm just trying to like internalize how all these spirits work while playing the game. I guess I was gonna do, oh yeah, I was gonna do Talons into C7 next turn, so I don't need to block that Builder Ravage. I could block that Builder Ravage next turn. Ravage, I guess. Is there a place where a spirit doing 1 damage in their land does something that's like game breaking? Not really. Like, this is not building a town. This is building an Explorer. Man, feels like a waste. Well, I guess I do get a sacred site over here. Oh, but they're building that? Oh, and I haven't stopped that. Steam vents. There we go. Okay. I don't want to gather that guy. Nothing. On an inland land on each board, replace an explorer with a town. Invaders do not ravage in lands with tokens. Each player may push an explorer town from a land with Dahan. Okay. This has nothing. That's probably... That's gonna make them build a city there. Is that bad? We'll kill 2 cities and a town with Talons, and that leaves 1 town over there. Which is barely not good enough, but... You can just block the Ravage, I suppose. We could also... Oh, we can't hit ourselves with that. Interesting. I'm sure it's fine. We're gonna just Talons of Lightning there. It's gonna do stuff. That is defended enough. Does that add a town and adds a plate? No. It just replaces. Okay. Oh, and then this is still happening? May push from a land with Dahan. Stops built there. Stops a coastal city. That's diseased. Stops this, which was also going to. Oh no, it's ravaging. Never mind. That's not a problem. That town is currently dying in the ravage. Is there any mysterious locations that have one thing in it? No. Let's do that. It's defended. That's defended, right? There's no blight. It's hidden underneath the skip, but it says 0, right? There's no blight. Yeah, so preserve the disease. Stop that build. Stop that build. Double checking all the mountain wetlands. So, how many actions do we have left? I think 3? I'm gonna stop that build. I'm gonna stop that build. Okay, I was like, why am I not spending energy? And the answer is because, of course, I'm not. Preserve the disease. Alright. Not at a win condition yet. We're only barely in stage 2. That blighted. Of course it would. Of course it would blight. Now we're in stage 2, so on each board with buildings, add a town to a land without towns. Cool. I'd like to not add it there. I keep forgetting whenever things added. So if I add it there, it blights. That's a bad choice. That's a bad choice. That's a bad choice. That's a bad choice. So it has to go there then. Bad, 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 bad. So it's one of these two, or also that one. I'd like to not put it in A1 though. Go with stone and fire. Stone and sand. My bad. Bad, bad, bad. Mountains is ravaging and building, so that seems bad. And that's also a thing. And this is also bad. They're all bad. Bad, 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 bad. Bad, bad. So these, that's bad. Hey, you know what? Gather 2 Dahan. Push 3 Dahan. Push Dahans. Gather up to 2 and then push numbers. Use things, push things, and damage. Okay then, so obviously there's like a lot of issues. So this wombo combos if there already has 1 Dahan in there. So I like to get 1 in here and then gather 2 and push 3. Scatter helps with that. Is there a good place for scatter? It has to be in mountains that I can't really defend. I mean, actually, if I'm focusing on like this land, there's not really many things next to it that are super helpful. I could push them in here and then considering wombo combo elsewhere. Only other mountain would be this one. It has no Dahan in there. So let's see. So let's answer the question. Scatter the winds. Where would that be a good place to go to push a Dahan into a thing with thing? I'm so good at this language. The answer is nowhere, because the mountains don't have Dahan except for this one, which we already searched, and the neighbors don't have this except for this, which doesn't neighbor other mysterious locations. This, which sort of works, but also doesn't wombo combo. So that doesn't quite work. I mean, what we could do is to try to... We could do scatter... Oh, we can't scatter there. That'd be a nice target. That'd also be a nice target. Because if I could get an Explorer and a Dahan into C4 that way, and then I do open shifting waterways into there, not only do I explore that, or discover that, whatever the language is. Search? Yeah. You could search that, but also get the benefit of fear and damage. I mean, here is actually fairly fine because that kills the town. Doesn't really do the search though. That's not really that helpful. Like this would, other than, yeah, it would just stop the build. There's the issue of B6 and D3. They're not really, like, I guess the mountains is the bigger priority because, like, these wetlands blighting doesn't really do anything. But the mountains, if we solve the Ravage and get rid of all the Explorers, we also solve the build. So that's nice. Like, A1 is already solved pending the event. That kills the Explorer, which stops the build. There's also a disease there, so if it doesn't stop the build, the disease does. Could scatter there, which will stop that build. There's 4 things in there. It does push something into A1, which by itself isn't helpful. And I can afford the energy for that. By the way, before someone says, but what about the energy? You can afford it. But before we do those sorts of actions, we want to scoop up some things in case we get benefits. It just would be nice to try to combo one of these things that has an extra benefit elsewhere, but... really too many helpful places. I guess here? That kills the town there, but like that's not a threat. I could do it there. It doesn't push any Dahan, but it does kill a town. Talon's there isn't actually super great, even with the Sacred Site, because it doesn't kill everything unless we also get it defended somewhere, some other way. But I think there probably will be. This ravage is also solved, by the way, and that's sort of solveless. Because I feel like this is the best place for scatter. The question is, how do I deal with A1 after the fact? I guess Ayat has defend innately, and that's not an issue then. Yes, then do that. Assuming I do, I probably don't want to put the town in A1 just in case I can't get it defended somehow. I was gonna do Downheim pushing, I guess, first, but yeah, let's not do that then. Let's hold off a sec on that. I guess I can combo these two together to gather 2 Dahan here. Wait. Oh. Because this pushes. I could, if like there was a mysterious location that was neighboring 2 other mysterious locations, I could somehow try to set it up for both to be searched, but I don't think that's gonna happen in any reasonable way. So let's do this then. Let's gather these 2. Let's gather Singleton. Not a Singleton. I can kill a city, but I can also kill a city with talons next turn, so I feel like I do it this way. Now Talons killed everything in C7. I get those in there. And then we start this. So can't push from there. Huh. Actually then I don't wanna push. I could potentially set something up differently, I guess. If I can get 3 in here, I could do that, but no. I'm gonna just do this then. Doesn't solve the ravage. I'm trying to scoop this with these 3, but it doesn't solve the ravage there. It is a sacred site from mud, so it's only building an explorer. Not the worst. Also, I have this to push the explorer. Maybe it's okay then. Okay. This is our worst game ever. I don't actually want to gather that one. And I gather up to 2. I only need 1. Oh my god. You're killing me, Smalls. Finally! Finally! It was like ridiculous. Like got this. I got so many that were empty. Oh my god. You've discovered a rib bone crusted with unmelting ice. During the next normal ravage, invaders do -3 damage per land. Which is certainly a possibility. So how do I want to do the damage then? Where do I want to put things? I guess I don't care too much about the wetlands ravage. I do care more for the mountains. So if I do it here, actually kill 2 towns. And what do we have left? Oh, this thing down here. It's gonna keep saying use extra stuff. It's gonna say there's a use button there. Alright, you're reclaiming. You gain a power card when you reclaim. Let's keep the energy since you push a lot. That's a lot of pushing. And it's Sun Air. This is Sun Air. Very good Sun Airs. Elements boon, not too many overlaps. Air over here. And that's it. Also air over here. So not really good elemental boon. Cause isolation any good? Pushes per Dahan, spends an energy to do that. Pushes 1 Dahan, which is not really good for scooping. Seems like Spiran would be better to hit the threshold on this. There are some neighboring towns, not terribly many. We know for sure that you're going to set up a sacred site in this land so that you have -1 health there. I guess we could get up. We could play 4 cards. That's interesting. I was gonna get the fire, but I could play these 3 cards plus 1 more. It doesn't actually do that much. Well, that's silly. If I hit the second innate, that would be nice. Doesn't. I could still do it, I guess, because I can. Sweltering exhaustion. Thinking sandstorm. Doesn't seem like it's super helpful. Can I get Dahan into B2 somehow? Yes. If I do scatter 5. So what are we waiting on here? Oh, this card. So if I do sky stretches, I guess it doesn't have to be sky stretches. I can do gift of windsped steps to do scatter the winds fast. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference which one I use. But I also play Confounding Mists to defend 4 in B2. That defends the Ravage and stops the build. I do put 1 Explorer in B4 if I do that. But once the city's dead, B4 is not seen, so even if they explore jungles, they don't search B4. I'm gonna do that because... I mean, I'm not playing it this turn, right? Interestingly, I don't hit the second date on that. That's probably okay. I can play my hand next turn. What does that do if I play my hand? I will have 5 air, so I will definitely have this. Okay, cool. I guess I'm playing my hand next turn. So you're not getting an extra play then. Do you still want to play the 3 cards? I guess this still gives you the 3 fire, so yeah, it seems fine to do it that way. You're not getting the extra play. Doesn't have to be all of these. I don't know if this one's better or worse than the others. 1 damage in your land? I guess 1 damage in B7 is good. Stops a build and a ravage. And you do have the energy for that? Yep. Skip a ravage slash build. There's probably a place for that. Otherwise I play that. We'll figure it out later. Alright. Currently you're playing your hand. You could gain a power and play your entire hand. If it's a minor, then I don't have to reclaim second time in a row or something. When I have 7 cards, I can play 4 after reclaim, have 3 cards left to hand, gain 1, and play 4. That seems fine. Sure. Water. We have 2 waters. A 3rd one is good for hitting that any reason for the others? Probably not. Secret sites and mountains. Not really a good place for those. Guess that one. More sacred sites. Better for foul vapors. I don't know. I'm just starting to click things. I just have faith that something's gonna come together in the end. And you can play 4 cards. Sure. Just do all the plays. I don't care if it makes sense, just do all the plays. Range 1 sacred site is the important thing. Mountains is the important thing. Do 0. Did grow there, I'm not sure. I guess you could do quicken your struggles there, maybe. Or do I want to go here to defend that? I guess is also reasonable. I could put myself somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. And I hit defend 6. Huh. Now, what has come out of all of this? It is impossible to know. Actually, I don't need that. Well, maybe I do because they convert the Dahan. Let's just not do that. Probably. Oh yeah, because that would definitely. Well, there's a disease. I don't know. 1 fear, 1 damage. Range 0. Not too many good places. This is kind of an expensive card. I guess it's Steam Vents, isn't it? Steam Vents, but also generates a fear. Technically it deals 1 damage, so it sometimes does something more. I guess I could do this to kill this town and D1. Sure. So it's not Steam Vents then. Get rid of that guy. Okay. Actually, I can't use this now because I don't have energy. Awkward. It's just stop that. 2 blade. Yeah, that's where it was. Minus 2 damage. Don't need it. Right over here. In each land with at least 2 towns, replace half the towns with cities. Invaders do not ravage and land with tokens. On each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with city to a land without city. Does the order matter? Hypothetically. Can we do this to do a thing? This board doesn't work. This board doesn't work, so not really. Let me set this up to have 1 Dahan. Set this up to later be searched. Oh, ooh, they're not. Ooh, they're not ravaging there. Crap. Or they're not killing the things. Skip all build actions and lands where Dahan outnumber buildings, including lands with no buildings. Each player adds strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders, then each invader takes 1 damage per strife it has. Okay. That stops the blight there, not there. Damage per strife would kill that town. The other towns with minus health don't exist in the lands with stone and sand. I'm kind of sad about this. Whatever. That's events for you. Just strife the city. Strife this city. I don't particularly feel like strafing the town just to kill it. It's already strafed. Stop the blight, I guess, is reasonable. And then keep this city strafed. I guess they're not ravaging in there. Actually, since they're not ravaging in lands with tokens, this does stop a blight and it preserves the thing. Okay, cool. Skip that build though. It didn't ravage there as well, but they also didn't build. The disease is preserved. where does that put us? I can't do this. I don't have energy. 2 damage or remove a blight from a jungle wetland. Obviously coastal things. 2 fair, push for energy. Destroy 1 or all. And then things. Can't reach that. Any other Dahan movements? Not really. Any 2 damage to explorers that I could do? That would be meaningful. We'll have to defend that, but this is eyes. That's easy. I don't have to defend, I suppose. Only 1 blight next turn, and it's of course over here. Some help over there, I suppose, would be nice. That's kind of hard for many people to reach. We will reclaim. We will get doing a watchful guarding, so I suppose you don't necessarily need the help, or you will get the help rather. Comboing foul vapors with poisoned dew, I suppose. Pay an energy to gain a power, pay 2 energy to gain a power. I guess. I mean, you definitely want that power. Although, you're not gonna have many energy next turn. Do you have free cards? You have some free cards. And you're not gonna have much energy, so this is gonna go over to stone and sand then. Pounds of lightning is expensive, so let's go for something cheaper. You don't have to reclaim. No. Pathetically. Damage per Dahan, gather up to 3 Dahan. I like that. This, however, gives Earth, which has otherwise been very difficult. I'm gonna take that one. I will pay 2 energy for a miner. No waters. It says moon. I'm annoying how I don't have many waters. That's lure of the unknown. That seems generally useful. Also, it's free. I don't have to defend this if I do that, but then I don't have a use for defend next turn. And there's no other Dahan pushing, right? Just that one. Oh, but if I do it like... Can't reach, okay. These are the last 3 mysterious locations. And 2 of them have sources of power? That's rude. Alright, then I just push Dahan into places where it makes sense. If I can. Might not be able to. I could also just do damage, I suppose. C2 is a big threat someday. Can't gather into there though. Can't stop that though. Let's just do that. Go there. My sacred sites are in bad spots, huh? Oh, I don't have energy, right? Okay. So I can't push those. That's fine. Stop that one. Right, this is actually a threat because that will blight if that builds a town. I guess coastal things are kind of bad, but that's the only one, isn't it? The only coastal jungle or wetland that has no buildings and is building. Sounds weird. I guess I could do voracious growth to stop that build then. Or even eerie noises, but that seems like a waste. Voracious growth here seems really nice. Kills the city. I like that. Although now this is that threat of blighting. Yikes. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. City was strived. Could defend it instead. Let's do that then. Let's push these guys out. Unless I don't have any other, like... I guess I could do voracious growth here. Kill the city there. And that doesn't... I guess now they're building a new city. But... they're not strifing, or they're not blighting. That was the wrong place for that. I guess they don't have to go into that jungle, but I'm just going to assume that I can deal with it more easily. If they're all grouped together. Grouped invaders are better than not grouped invaders. I also could have just killed those guys, I suppose. Any other place for those? Not really? Okay. Then I guess I'm not pushing those guys. Oh. Not anywhere else I could really use that. I could just generate fear and save the energy. I think that's better. Can't spend energy, and then, yeah. All right. Here we are. So I don't have to reclaim, and I'll actually hit the third innate on that for whatever it's worth. I'd like to gain a new power. I'm at 7 energy. I could do a major. Do major. No fires. I guess when I said I could hit the third innate, I assumed I was getting a fire. So I'm not actually. I'm not hitting this innate, or sorry, that threshold. I'm not hitting any of those thresholds. Too many animals. Too many animals. Too many plants. All right. Not really the majors I wanted, actually, or at all. Just take Savage Transformation. And let's get rid of Sweltering Exhaustion. For no real reason other than I don't know what to do with it at this point. This does gather, right? Yeah. Minus health to things. Oh, but I can't hit that. Yeah, I can't hit the coastal things there. I can hit that, but that's not gonna build. Can't hit that. Excellent. Guess I'll work on dealing with that, I suppose. Also, I'm not even hitting my first innate. Cool. You're reclaiming. Let's gain a minor. You don't really have much energy. Moon plant, not happening. Push up the 3 Dahan fast. Try to scoop up something, because it's almost guaranteed to have something. Do I have range for that, though? Probably not. When was it? Range 2? You do. You can push that guy. Defend. We need some defend over there, but a plant card is enough for that. Any other ravage? This one, which is defended with this one. And then we gotta worry about coastal stuff. 1 fear, 1 damage. Not really good enough. Play 4 cards. Yep, we need energy. Push and explore, stops at build. Why not? Don't go there. I'm not sure if that's actually good, but let's pretend it is. I have super innate. Awesome. Spiron as well, if it does anything. You're definitely reclaiming. You definitely need energy. You definitely don't. Oh, this is range 0, right? So you're creating a sacred site with this. Make a place for it. Not really. Sacred site visibility, I suppose, is the best we could do. Let's put next to C2. We don't need the defend 5. Maybe next turn. Push and explorer. Does that do anything in the mountains, jungles? Doesn't seem like it. Gather in a land with no invaders. Don't think that does anything. I have 2 energy. I could play my free cards and just not spend energy and gain 2 energy, or gain a power card, I suppose. Doesn't seem super helpful. Land with invaders, push 2 explorers. To spend an energy though. Thing? Thing? I don't know. I'm just clicking things. This gives me this for whatever it does. And I can also play one of those, except I can't spend energy to push explorers or anything, so none of those actually do anything, except maybe trigger higher level innates, which they don't. I'm just not gonna play those then. 2 more plays here. Still haven't decided what I want. We have Gift of Windsped Steps, but I can't spend the energy to push if I do that one. This does say gather. Sure. I don't know. I'm clicking things again. I'm clicking things. Gain an energy, play another card. I guess actually I could have hit this if I comboed those, but like, is there a reason? 4 damage. A lot of energy just to do 4 damage. Okay. I need to get this Dahan in there. I need to gather into there somehow, if at all possible. Plus range with powers, doing something fast or slow. Play extra powers. You have no fast powers, that's weird. You have no fast powers, that's weird. Okay, so if I do this, I can push that one fast, or gather, sorry. What is it? Oh, both of these do different things, but I could do gather here? No, I don't have range. I now have range. All right, I can now do this. Yay! Spirits may shift their presence from a stance to another at any time. Unfortunately, I can't use this to indefinitely push explorers and Dahan from sands, because I can only add presence during growth, after I add presence during growth. But that does mean that sands presences are really valuable. Very valuable. Unfortunately, we don't have that many. Well, we have this guy, okay. That's actually pretty nice. This presence can shift over here to make -1 health, shift over here for -1 health. Alright, push these guys. I could have scooped this up, but I want this defended. If I do this. Okay, so I only need defend 5. This gives defend 4. I can shift into a sands to deal 1 damage, and that sands could be over there, right? Eyes? Yes. So we're definitely using this. Shift your presence here. Oh. Oh, it's a bug! It's a bug! This is supposed to have minus health. I guess that makes sense. There are bugs in this scenario. So now if I do this, it don't work. All right, stone and sand, powers long forgotten, shifting sands. So many megabytes. Yeah, that guy should definitely have minus health, right? That's stone and Sansa's sacred site. What happens if I were to shift another presence in there? Nope. What if I were to just do this repeatedly until something works? Nope. Huh. I wonder what the check is in the engine for that, because it works with adding presence, it works with moving presence, presumably it works with destroying presence, so I'm not sure why it's not working this way. does pose problems, though. I'm gonna undo a bunch, because the plan there doesn't work. I didn't really need to destroy that sand, or the town in that sand, I just could. That's really why I did it. Because the 1 damage isn't really super helpful otherwise, right? Like, I guess I could have thrown it over here. Which is perhaps viable. In any case... we're gonna defend this still. Sure. We do have Spur on. Don't really know what to do with Spur on. I could have generated more fear with this, I suppose, but I don't know what I would play. Don't really know what I would play. What are the builds that are happening? Let's make sure we're not, like, accidentally adding blight with a build. Doesn't look like it. Alright. This guy's dying in a ravage. This is also range 0. There's not really many things I could do at range 0. I mean, Quicken the Earth struggles into C2 next turn is pretty valuable. I'm gonna go ahead and shift these. That was the wrong spirit, by the way, but it doesn't really matter. So... there's also Isa's spirit presence, rather. Is there? You can actually gather 2 Dahan in here and explore that. There's one more power source left. I mean, I might as well do the damage. I guess. Energy here doesn't do anything for exaltation. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really see any value to this other than an energy, so I'm gonna give an energy. Spawns wetlands. Energy to you because you're short. Missionaries arrive. We have 4 sun. That's it. Dang. And we have 12 monies, or sorry, 8 monies. So if I curse the tongues, I have 4 energy. And I have no cards to discard, which means I have to forget fire cards. Or sorry, sun cards. If I don't ignore the contact... Or sorry, if I do ignore the contact, we get some Dahan conversions. If I curse the tongues, we get a bunch of fear. Cities do +3 damage, which does affect this. So that's actually slightly bad, but it will be defended, or not defended. The Dahan will still win, right? 3 and 2 is 5, +3 is 8, -4 is... Actually, no, the Dahan won't win. We'll kill the city, but not really. It won't stop the build. There'll be a disease there, potentially. So maybe I just ignore the contact. There are 5 out of 11 sun cards. And we know it's coming up, so we can prepare for it. I'm just gonna choose for me. Okay, conversion. Don't really want it to happen there. Also don't really want it to happen here. Actually, this is diseased. Sun. Sun. Not sun. So down here. I'll go there. Beasts destroy explorers, but this is not an explorer. Actually, that still works. All right, cool. Defense 6, non-coastal lands, skip build actions, and coastal lands that would add city. Interesting. Okay. Avoid coastal, avoid jungle, avoid wetlands. Sands are generally good because we can deal with sands very easily. Are we winning yet? I have millions of energy. Or sorry, millions of damage here. And also do more damage. Should I probably consider doing a search first? If I can. Oh no, I don't have range. Alright, damage dealing powers granting fire do +1 damage. That is the last one. I don't need to search this one. We got it. We got it. Okay. Damage dealing powers granting fire do +1 damage, such as this one and this one. And that's not a damage dealing power granting fire. So I'm curious, if I were to shift presence here, That -1 doesn't go away. If I were to shift there and then do this, is the game like, oh hey, you have minus health here now? No. Okay. I mean, you also saw that this minus health didn't go away. So there is some bug there. So we should avoid trying to shift presence to create minus health. Or lose minus health, as it were. We could remove the blight there, and then we can rouse the trees and stones. This pushes 3 invaders, which is going to deal 3 damage. And then we do 4 damage in the target land. The 2 cities are striped, so we can let it ravage and have Dahan in there. In which case, call the 10 to get the Dahan in there. Spreading a dreadful mire to kill the town. There's still an explorer left, though. It could be savagely transformed. Thanks. Yeah, so then shift one of your presences. The UI is kind of annoying because I need to shift it like this. Oh man. None. Do that. I will pay the energy. For each invader pushed by this power, 1 damage in the land it was pushed to. So interestingly, this just kills explorers as they get pushed. Right? Like... That's interesting. This build, I need to figure out how to prevent. It's a ravage, so it can just be prevented. Or do the thing. I can kill this guy by gathering my presence in there. I can kill this guy by sorry, he's dead in the ravage. Not sorry, those guys aren't dying in the ravage. I can just kill the guys. I wish the minus health worked. I think killing this guy is still fine because it reduces visibility inland. Anything else other than this? No. I just clicked you because you're reclaiming and maybe doing something else. I don't know. Plants, moons, airs. That one. Okay. Just keep clicking on stuff. This is the way you play this game. Keep clicking on stuff until you win. Okay. Fire, air, don't have many of those. Fire, earth, don't have many of those. Earth, air, don't... We have no Earths. Anyway, oh, sorry, this is Earth. Target spirit provides defend 2 in each of its lands. Could be useful. This one doesn't seem too useful. But you're gaining power. You are on air free. I accept. Maybe you want energy more than you want Sacred Site? There's water. There's moon. Have we reshuffled? We have. Cool. This would have been nice to have had a while ago. Was that? I think that was the bottom deck, wasn't it? Was it? No. I don't know. I don't know when the reshuffle occurred. Fire in the sky, maybe. Generally, fast strifes are pretty good. Sure. I don't know. I'm just gonna click things. Don't forget you need a sun for missionaries. True. Missionaries isn't coming up for... We want under the top 2 cards, right? So it's gonna be like over here. Maybe we'll win before that. Who knows? It's impossible to know. Sands presences. Put them all into sands. Put as many into sands as you can. Especially because you only have the one, so sure. I'm clicking this one. I'm not thinking. Sun for missionaries? Or just moon earth? Or sorry, sun plant? What am I saying? Sun? Sorry, moon plant. Those things. We already have 2 in sands. I don't know where I want you though. Go there, sure, why not? I'm kind of mentally checked out if you haven't noticed. First hour and a half, I was definitely like super high level play-ish. Then I just decided, wow, that was way too much effort. Way too much effort. Defending A2 seems to be a good idea. Each defend card I play, this doesn't affect that though. Those are not at a good range. Tahan into A2 is definitely what I want though. I don't know. Just clear out A2. This one has kind of gone on a bit. How's the scenario going? We got 3 of the mysterious powers sources. The invaders got 2. This one's kind of been the more annoying one. Pushing and gathering costs extra energy. So I can't really gain as many majors as I would like. If I click this one, and something else. Something ideally that grants air. And probably earth. Steam vents. Probably this one though. Damn it. Powers with fire that deal damage, deal +1 damage. Ember's nasty too. Yeah, we've kind of had to, yeah, prioritize not having builds happen in jungles as much as we can. Not been too bad. Like, we still have 6 Blight on the card, so it's not as bad as it could be. Definitely not ideal, though. This spirit's kind of suffering right now because I have a lot of free powers, except, or not even free powers, powers that cost 1 energy. The problem is playing them means I can't push or gather as much. But if I don't play them, I can't push or gather as much. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. I guess I can give plus range to coast or something. Or just plus range period, so like some of my range considerations go away here. There's definitely a lot of like, I'm playing cards that don't work and then deciding later how to make them work. You can't handle 3 spirits unless you're very familiar with them. Going for 4 is heroic. That would be heroic. Going with 4 that you're not familiar with is idiotic. Oh man. I think that was the problem, is I'm playing 4 spirits I'm not familiar with. I should have just stuck with 2. I think Spirit Island is best with 2 or more spirits, honestly. Like, solo spirit is like, I don't know. The synergies don't work. And you cheat by playing cards that say another spirit on yourself. So you need 2 spirits. 3 spirits definitely, it's into information overload though. And then 4 spirits is crazy. And then 6 spirits is crazy. I mean, we can do some sort of Dahan pushing fast, right? Where's the Dahan pushing? Oh, we don't have that? Oh. Oh. I guess the push is 1. I want to, like, get stuff into A2 for the thing. And also I need to clear out B4. D2's ravaging too, I suppose. Alright, D2 solved. There's so many cards I'm looking at right now, I keep forgetting what does what. It's weird because, like, this is the same number of cards you would see in Sentinels, basically, but I feel like Sentinels is easier to absorb because you're focusing on one hero at a time. Spirit Island is like, here's all the information, plan out your entire round. But I do the same in Sentinels too, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't play all the rounds at the same time, or all the turns at the same time, but I do definitely plan out a whole round in advance, basically. Get that Explorer out. Get that Explorer out. I guess that solves B4 in some capacity. Solved by Ravage? Question mark? Actually, no, this is fine because they're building an Explorer there. They're building an Explorer in C1. C1's fine. Okay, so that's good. And none of the other jungles are building a new building. Oh god, A8. Oh god, A8. Oh god, A8. I will gather and explore, or gather my presence there, do some, I don't know. You're gonna have plus range, right? Is that what I decided on? Maybe I can defend A2 more with, or get more Dahan into A2 by throwing defend into A2 and thereby gathering a Dahan. Okay, and then you can be spurred on. I don't know that that matters, but you can be spurred on, I suppose. And I lose all my ability to push things, but I can just do 4 damage, I suppose. And throw a defend or something. I don't know. Okay. So like C2's defended by the strifes. You're going to defend something. This one? Was that what I was defending there? I already forgot. I forgot everything. I forgot everything. Push. Oh, I don't have Sacred Sight. Crap. I don't have Sacred Sight. I don't have Sacred Sight. I don't have Sacred Sight. Push. I guess I have to spend all my energy to make this work. Yuck. Yuck. That's gross. You have plus range, you do. I don't have Sacred Sight. Sorry, I love that sound so much. It's so cute. Wait, no, not that order. Oh my god, delirious over here. Alright. Ooh, this defend also gathers a Dahan? Alright, that solves that build. Oh, I was building an explorer, but whatever. I also stopped the thing. But they're gonna then convert the event. Or maybe that's not correct. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'll give you energy so you can gather. Okay, there we go. That works. Oh, I was also gonna do this over here, wasn't I? So why was I trying to defend that? I don't know. Make it make sense. I'd love to do this here, but I can't. I guess I could throw this here instead. Those destroy some adjacent towns. Sure. Alright, now we're here. I also have a spur on that I forgot I was gonna use. There. Would you like to have? Oh, I can't. I don't have range. Why don't I have range? That seems rude. Any blight? No. Ooh, here's a thought. Push. And push. Cool. And then to wrap things up. Whoop. Oh my god. I can't stop laughing at that. Spurn or teach? Awkward. 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 Okay. On each board, add 1 blight to a land with these 2 buildings. Also 2 damage to Dahan in a land with buildings in Dahan. So that doesn't It's not particularly good, but it does mean they have minus health. I don't really want to teach because then those jungles build and that adds a town and that creates a blight. So no, I spurn. Figure out the consequences later. I guess there's also blight happening for that, but we'll worry about that later. That sucks. Any presents in there? No, we vacated that. Nice. Go there. Okay. Half the boards. Add disease to land with both Dahan and invaders. 2 damage to Dahan there. I would like to not do it in the things that I wanted things to happen in. Like, I don't want that Dahan to die after all my effort to do crap. I don't want that Dahan to die. That Dahan can die. That's fine. Skip the next normal explorer. During the next invader phase, draw an additional explorer card. No cities. Did we win? There's a city there. I think we win now. That's the only city, right? Where did I do Confounding Mists on? Oh, I did it here. Oh, and I got diseased. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. We won! Oh, baby. 3-hour game. My mind is mush. The invaders are deeply afraid, and no cities remain to turn to for refuge. The remaining populace swiftly evacuate the island. We got 49 points, 10 for victory, 25 for difficulty, 10 for the 5 remaining invader cards, 4 for the 17 surviving Dahan. We lost 7 Dahan. -2 for the 10 blight. Yeah, I was like, wait, shouldn't that be -5? No, 10 blight. And 2 for the unused spirit benefit. We got 2 points. Yes. We never did the -3 damage in the next ravage thing. Because I think we didn't even get blighted ravages, did we? I don't think we did. After we got that benefit. Remember, it took us like freaking 10 searches for us to find our first benefit, so that benefit came really late. Ooh boy. Second wave! No, we're not doing second wave. And I think this was the first benefit we got too. Then we got the shifting sands, and then we got plus damage. Me, you suggest I lay down in a dark room for an hour. Yeah, a nap would be really nice. But yeah, that was it. That is 4 of the 5 Horizons spirits, and we didn't see that many bugs this week. The only bug is that shifting sands presences didn't affect the health of invaders and sands with the stone and sand spirit, which is either a stone and sand bug or it's a powers long forgotten bug. I don't know how the engine works. I will not profess to being a programmer or developer for Handelabra in general, let alone Spirit Island. But that was the only real bug we saw. I don't know that it massively influenced the game. I think we could have done things a little better with the minus health that turn, but we still ended up winning handily, so we won. And that's all that matters. Anyway, thank you all for watching. be sure to check out the other streams you have on this channel. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John, who will probably demo content from Sentinels of Earth Prime variants, or more Horizons of Spirit Island content, such as maybe boards F, G, and H that you might have seen, or One Deck Galaxy content. Be sure to check out Dolphins Dive on Thursday with yours truly at 7 p.m. I generally play Sentinels of the Multiverse. I did do some One Deck Galaxy this past week. If you would like to see that as well, let me know what you'd like to see. Every Friday at 4 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus with Seamus the Hug Monster, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Spirit Island Sundays. Check out Handelabra.com for information on their current games and projects. Follow us at twitch.tv/Handelabra Games for the live streams. Follow me at twitch.tv/LogicDolphin for my own live streams. But that does do it this week. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night, everyone.